It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
All right, good morning. Committee on Parole is reconvening at St. Tammany Parish Jail on December the 14th, 2023. It is 9:10 a.m. Would the staff at St. Tammany introduce yourself for the record, please? I think you're muted, St. Tammany.
Corporal Jonathan Lott.
All right, Corporal, thank you so much for accommodating us today. We're ready for Mr. Flores.
Y'all want Mr. Flores first?
Yes, please.
Give me 1 second. Let me run over to his dorm.
Okay. Do we have a parole case there too?
We're part of
Yeah.
revocation. Yeah, just one though.
Oh, just, you want to put me on mute? All right, good morning, sir. Mr. Flores, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number, please.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Ricardo Flores. My DOC number is 459994.
Right, and we're here for a revocation decision this morning. Do you have a parole revocation questionnaire there with you?
Yes, we do.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that your signature at the bottom of that page dated June 22nd of this year?
Yes, ma'am. That's my signature. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So based on that, you were not eligible for appointed counsel, so we are ready to proceed. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to read the allegations against you, and then you'll enter a plea of guilty or not guilty.
Not guilty.
Would you, officer, corporal,
Yes.
can you adjust the camera up a little bit? We're not seeing there, or yeah, there you go. Okay, thank you. Perfect. So you're accused, Mr. Flores, of violating the condition of your parole, specifically condition number 4, and it states, on June 12th, 2023, you were booked into the St. Tammany Parish Jail by Covington Police Department for battery of a dating partner. On November 13th, 2023, you pled guilty to the charge and were sentenced to 5 months in jail. How do you plead to violating condition number 4?
I pleaded guilty to the charge.
Now, today, how do you plead to violating your parole condition?
Not guilty.
Okay. We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay.
Then condition number 10, as of June 14th, 2023, you're $882 in arrearage on your supervision fees.
Yes, ma'am.
Your last payment, March 24th, 2022. How do you plead to violating condition number 10?
Guilty, ma'am.
Okay, your case has been assigned to Mrs. Jackson. Would you answer her questions?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Ms. Jackson. I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. I see that you were paroled on January 20th of 2021.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you have been on parole now for 2 years.
Over 2 years. I want like 2 years and going on 3. Going on, it would be on January 21st would be 3 years. Ma'am.
Yes. And you have been detained on this charge since June 15th of 2023.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Before we get to the violations alleged against you, up until that time, were you in compliance with your conditions?
Yes, ma'am. I held employment. I also we report every month. I never tested positive for any UAs. I wasn't going to bars. I don't drink. I wasn't
Where were you working?
activity.
Where were you working?
I had two jobs. I worked for the solar company called A to Z Solar, and I used that to pay my bills. And then I worked another job part-time at Wendy's, at the fast food restaurant Wendy's, ma'am. And I basically, I got my parole transferred to Texas, and then I was in Texas for about a year. And then after that, I transferred it back here to St. Tammany, because that's where my girlfriend Maria was from. And right away, within 3 to 6 months, I, you know, became a fabric of society. You know, I attended church, you know, worked, held a stable housing, and, you know, just try to be a productive citizen. Unfortunately, during the circumstance with me and my girlfriend, we got into an argument, and when the officers came and arrested me, I figured maybe it would take 3 months for me to resolve the case. And every time I'd go to court, because of the way the courts are set up here in St. Tammany, they kept pushing me back and pushing me back. And the misdemeanor itself carried 6 months, which I already have served. And they wanted to push me back to February. And in the frustration of the court and everything, you know, I told them just to give me the time served so I could get it over with, because I don't have time to keep my life on standstill. I feel like I've made a complete 180 to the person I was prior to September 16th of 2016.
What were you on, what are you on parole for? What was
Possession
your
of marijuana, ma'am.
felony possession?
Yes, ma'am. Possession of marijuana. And
Okay.
so compared to who I was prior to me catching the charge I'm on parole, I feel like I made a complete 180 in who I am, and
When
woven
did-
myself into
when
the
did-
fabric of society.
Stop talking. When did you fall behind on your fees?
I want to say when I got transferred over here, I want to say maybe like about 6 months after that. What happened was I did send fees. The thing is that they weren't getting logged in for some reason, and I told my parole officer, not Mr. Max that I have now, but I told my parole officer prior to that, Mr. Chad, I think, he had told me that he was like that he was gonna look into it, but then all of a sudden they changed me to Mr. Max, and I never got an answer why they weren't being registered in, or I was
How were you sending in your fees?
through money order, ma'am.
Okay.
Mhm.
You weren't doing it online through that?
No, ma'am, no, I'm not really tech savvy.
All right. Well, tell us about the incident with you and Maria.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Tell me about that.
Okay, well, we had I was at my home, and she was staying there as well, but then for about 6 months prior to that, she had moved with a friend of hers, so like that we would kind of have a fresh start. And well, when she arrived at my home, I was in my room asleep, and we had gone into disagreement. And while I was sleeping, she had wanted her mattress that I was laying on, and then we got into an argument over that. But we were arguing for that. We have roommates that we sublet some rooms. One of them decided to call the police, and when the police came, they separated us, and I told them the same situation, that we're arguing over a mattress.
When you say separated y'all from doing what?
Oh, we weren't fighting or nothing. I was in one room and she was in the closet getting her clothes. But that's standard procedure. The police officers, as soon as they come to a home, if there's a domestic dispute, they get one person and they take them separate from the other person, so like that they don't collaborate in their stories. And that was back in June, and I figured this would be resolved. And you know, since I didn't hit her, I didn't slap her.
Tell me what happened. What alarmed your roommate?
The screaming and the arguing. The screaming and the arguing that we were discussing, because she wanted the mattress that I was laying on, and I told her, I'm like, can you just please wait until tomorrow and just kindly just give me some time? And she wanted the mattress right then and there. And so then out of frustration, I got up and I picked up the mattress and I threw it down the hallway, and that was that. And I've been incarcerated going on 6 months now for that. And like I said, I figured this issue would be resolved by then, but the courts here, they kept pushing me back and pushing me back, and I just, I just want to move forward with my life. And it was hard enough already for me to serve 15 years for a marijuana possession, and I just would like to have a chance, an opportunity to go back out there and take advantage of any kind of anger management courses, which my parole officer had referred me to in the beginning, because he told me they were going to let me out. I was going to get a technical, and all I had to do is take anger management. And then he came back 3 days later and said that it's up for revocation. So I didn't know how it went from one extreme to the next, especially if I've been in compliance. And you could ask him yourself. I have the paper right here where it says that you recommended anger management. And now that was 6 months ago. And my life has been in pause ever since. And I just wanted to address that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Rushing?
Mr. Flores, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Mr. Flores, it is your contention that nothing was physical about this offense.
Oh, can you repeat the question, sir?
There was no physical altercation in this offense. You didn't get.
No, I didn't hit her. I didn't slap her. I didn't strike her.
Did you push her?
I grabbed her arm when we were like moving the mattress, but there was no I didn't physically hurt her. I'm not an angry person. I'm not a type of person that.
Why did you grab her arm?
Excuse me, sir?
Why did you grab her arm?
Because I was trying to put the mattress out, and we were playing tug of war with the mattress. So that was that situation, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Flores, so how do you explain the bruises on her arms?
From grabbing her arm, ma'am, during the tug of war mattress.
I don't think you were playing tug of war.
Yes,
Anyway, let me ask the officer, Mr. Cairns, is there any information you want to share with us?
No more me and the.
Oh, sorry about that, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
No, ma'am. I'm here just to strictly report on his supervision. I wanted to say that although we did have that minor setback, unfortunately, I got the wrong information that I was able to give him some anger management classes to possibly let him bond down during this process. A supervisor corrected the information, so we had to move towards this hearing problem. But this has been his only violation besides the fee issue. I've only been his agent for about a month or two while he was out of incarceration before he was transferred to me. We've never really had an issue with him. This is the only violation he's ever had. I don't believe he's ever going to be an issue. I feel this was an isolated incident, but I just wanted to provide that information to y'all. I don't have anything else to say besides that, unless you have any questions for me.
Yeah, I think, thank you for taking the time to speak with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Of course, yes, ma'am.
We'll hear from Miss Maria. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Hello.
Yes, anything you want to say to us?
Yes. It's my fault, and I wanted my boyfriend back. He's not guilty. Only probably today, but it's not fighting, not doing nothing, and I stay in jail for nothing. I need to go home. It's my fault.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Please, it's
Ricardo, is there anything you'd like to say before we vote briefly?
Yes, ma'am. I just I just want to say that I take responsibility for the situation I put myself in. You know, I can't change the past, but I could redirect the future. And I know that if we're giving another opportunity, I'll do whatever it takes to make this right, get myself right, in order for my family, for my kids, and go back to the grind and paying the bills.
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're prepared to vote. Mrs. Jackson?
All right, Ms. Flores, my vote today is to do not revoke, to return you to supervision and add a condition of supervision that you complete anger management.
Thank you.
Mr. Rusher?
My vote is do not revoke, return to supervision, and add a condition to complete anger management.
Thank you.
My vote also is the same, Mr. Flores.
Thank you very much.
Do not revoke, return you to supervision, and enroll and complete the anger management.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for Mr. Cairns for being with us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mr. Max.